And we are live. Hello, hello, welcome. My name is Toy from Horrible Guild. I know you may have figured that out because I'm wearing a Horrible Guild shirt and I have HG in my name. Welcome. We are live on all our social media. If you have any question, just fire them up in the comments and we can read them as we speak, actually. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here today to talk about Soundbox. I believe this is the first time that I'm actually allowed to use my soundboard without getting into trouble after the live stream. So I'm very excited about this. See, let me know if that's working. Thank you very much. And oh yes, I'm also still working on my audio problem. Let's see if we can figure that out quickly enough. And as I was saying, we are here about Soundbox, our latest game, which is absolutely live on Kickstarter, and I invite you to check it out immediately. You'll find the link down in the comments as soon as possible. And to talk about Soundbox, what better person than the guys who created it in the first place? And believe it or not, and I always regret that StreamYard doesn't record the pre-live session, but we were talking about Italian historical literature before we started this live event. And about that, let me introduce the first guest. One of the designers. I can see him already in the small windows in front of me. Let me introduce Mr. or should I say, I believe he is Mr. Hjalmar Hack, but I cannot tell right now. Hello, Mr. Beck.
Hello. That's my Soundbox interpretation of very slow automated chair.
Okay. Thank you, Hjalmar. That was absolutely amazing. I'm speechless. Maybe for the first time in my entire life. I don't know what to say, really. I don't know what to say.
Hi, everybody.
It was an heartbreaking interpretation.
I know. Should have been an actor.
Yes. All wasted potential, I guess. Let's introduce the other guy, the man in black, the yang to your yin, or vice versa, depending on how you feel today. Mr. Lorenzo Silva. Hello, Lorenzo.
Hi, Toy. I am.
You didn't prepare anything.
No, I didn't expect it that the level would have been so high for this.
So high, yes. Hjalmar took the level so high. Now it's a bit difficult, isn't it? I don't know what to say. I had all my argument well prepared, and then Hjalmar does that, and
the bad thing is that I was laughing.
Hello, welcome.
So
we are live. We can read your comment. Let's say Stefano says Billy and Hjalmar introduction. Yes, just the cat was missing, I believe. Thank you, Federico. I'm not talking Ferrarese. No, I'm trying my best to speak in English, but I'm told I've said this before. I'm told I sound Russian when I speak English, but I'm not Russian. I'm actually Italian, but. That's something. It's something.
It's your hairstyle, which is confusing.
Yes, yeah. Oh, speaking of hairstyle, Lorenzo said that my hairstyle is growing similar to his, and I said, well, I'm not sure. If you have any comment about my hairstyle against Lorenzo's, I don't have a video clip to show how better.
It's the same, just in the opposite direction.
Yes, if we merge together, we will have a central hairline split in half, basically. That's what the theory. So I love that we are absolutely not derailing from the subject here, and we are going absolutely straight to the point, right? Which is Soundbox, live on Kickstarter. Almost funded. Yes. I think we are at around 80% funded.
Yeah.
Something like this.
Absolutely.
And feel free to join in because there is a special early bird bonus. You'll get the exclusive special Kickstarter edition with all the fancy magnetic box, and I'm Italian, so you have to gesticulate, and neoprene playmat and all the fancy stuff, and you'll get it for a very special price. So make sure to check it out. Oh yeah, wooden token, of course. Make sure to check it out on Kickstarter. So what's about Soundbox? What is Soundbox? Would someone catch me in with this? Because like I don't know nothing about the game, which is very close to the actual truth.
It's a game about imitating sounds.
Okay. That's it. Well, it's been a blast. Thank you very much. And
So easy.
I can see, Hjalmar, you're feeling very chatty today. Yes.
Yeah. We're kind of
Well,
tired.
thankfully, I have here some questions for you, so I don't have to rely on your collaboration.
No, we
actually
can
speak.
say some words. I mean, some more words about it.
Yes, possibly related to the game also. Thank you very much.
It's a cooperative game. It's a cooperative party game where you play several rounds and to try to win together the game. And you have some cards which have things written on them, situations, things like fighting a dragon or similar stuff. And the people there is one guesser and many noisemakers, and the noisemakers are going to make noises corresponding to the card they have received. Like
So
I
that's
would
the
be fighting a dragon, you would be yeah, so he is fighting a dragon. I am an old door.
You are an old door. Well, that's
Yeah.
a new one.
So yeah, and the guesser tries to find the words that people did during the exhibition time. The only problem is all the people are going to do the sounds all together at the same time, so it's pretty hard to like understand what's happening. And yeah, if he gets them right, you get points. If he makes an error, you're gonna lose hearts depending on some tokens you get. So I didn't hear you, Lorenzo.
We don't hear you.
What's happening with the music in the background? It's I
cool
hear
music
it
in the
like
background.
growing
Is it?
and okay.
How is it now? I didn't touch anything. How is it now?
It sounds.
I blame Hjalmar for that.
Okay. Okay. I add something that the game is from 4 to 7 players. Okay. We should have added the Hjalmar to this, guys, in the video.
My God, yes, that was a missed opportunity. We can still sneak it in somewhere. I think we should do this for social.
They're just
Okay. No, let me think about it. I see potential here. I can see a small Hjalmar here and there popping up.
Okay, so the game is from 4 to 7 player, and there is a special rule. It's impossible to.
Oh, this is going well, guys. I'm sure everything at home have all the information that they need to pledge in. Yes, I'm sure this is working just fine. Please carry on.
Okay.
Worst explanation in the whole history.
Yeah. Anyway, there is a cool thing that probably will appear in the video in few seconds. That if you play with 6 or 7 players, one of the player will be the recorder, is the guy with the blue glasses, and his role in the game will be to listen to the sound, and when the guesser removes the glasses to try to find the correct sound, the correct words, the recorder can only help him trying to repeat the sounds that he or she heard. And well, you can imagine that obviously this is not easy, and it's super fun.
Yes, it's loud, it's noisy, it's fun. That's basically the entire concept of the game in a box, right?
Yeah, actually, if you need the rules explained, there is a great video from Becca Scott, a rule explanation video, and also a let's play where you could see the flow of the game, which is pretty hard to describe. Yeah.
Okay. So are you ready to start answering some final question? I have around 10 of them. Like, you don't have anything better to do, so you'll stick with me. So how did you come up with the idea for Soundbox? I have it, hold on, here. And let me drag me behind Lorenzo here.
So
this is a very good story that Hjalmar should tell you.
I'm gonna tell you. So there is one thing. Let's say the basic idea of making a game about sounds and recognizing sounds was from me. But obviously, we've then built a game around it, and we worked together on the whole process. So, but where the idea came from is when I was in school, we played this game of doing like ecosystems in classroom, like very silent noises, like, I don't know, jungle ecosystem, and you would do like birds.
You can imagine how happy was the teacher to have Hjalmar.
Yes, I was thinking exactly the same thing. Yes.
And sometimes
such a joy for the teachers.
Yeah, and sometimes you got some stronger noises, like a toucan or a very loud bird or loud animal, like or something like this, and it was super nice because it when we were 3 or 4 doing that, it was creating like an atmosphere. And one day
was the entire class participating in this, or it was just?
Yes, I had a feeling it was just few very selected people.
Yeah, it was inversely proportional to the notes you had, if you were participating or not. So no, and one day I was in the toilet and I thought it would be really, really nice to have a game where people have to make the sound of a toilet. And I went to Lorenzo and said, I think this is a great idea. And obviously he said, absolutely.
I'd love to make the sound of a toilet.
Let me try to make the sound of the toilet. He tried.
What other answer can be done?
We had fun, and and that's how we started working on the game. So the main concept is toilet.
Yes,
and all the rest, all the other words are just
embellishment for the toilet.
It's
okay, thank you very much.
So, solid foundations.
Yeah. Second question then. How did you transform that rogue concept of toilets and class disturbance into an actual game? Let's hear it.
It was a very long process. I think it took, I don't know, 1 year and a half, almost 2 years probably. Obviously,
yes, I've been hearing, no pun intended, of Soundbox for a while by now. Yes, so up 2 years maybe. Yes.
I lost connection.
I thought it was just so sad.
2 years. My connection is not working very well, so I have no idea what you're saying. So I will just smile and. So it was 2 years and almost 2 years, and obviously, like every time happens with me and Hjalmar, that when we start with a game, it seems like done, resolved, complete. After 1 week, it's like, whoa, we will finish this game in 10 days. It's fantastic. We can publish next month. And the truth is that we had a lot of problem finding the right way to make this game work, because in the beginning it was not cooperative. For example, only one player was doing the sounds, the other had to guess. It was much more classic. And after many tries, I have the music that it's like
it's loud. Oh, sorry. This is gonna feel okay.
Okay, I was not able to hear my thoughts. So, well, after many tries, we find out that a cooperative version where everybody makes the sounds at the same time was much more fun, and with only one player that had to guess the right words. I don't want to spoil the thing about the glasses, so maybe you have a question. So
Yes, I do have a question.
I will
and
not
in fact,
say
it is
anything.
the next question. How did you know about that? Why there are glasses in the game?
Do you think that we read the questions before?
No. I would never think. I would never think so low of you. No, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because when you're doing a sound, you also are imitating with your body the action of that sound. Like if I do skiing, I will do like this and the skiing sound, like shh, 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 shh. And if you can see
That's very
that,
good skiing.
it's immediately obvious what you're doing, right? But if you can't see it and you just hear the shh, shh, shh noise, it could be a very badly imitated train. It could be
Or a slow one, yes.
cutting potatoes
And
Brushing teeth,
door.
maybe.
or brushing teeth. So yeah, that's kind of the basic concept behind the glasses. It's that you just have to rely on sounds, which makes it a lot more difficult to understand what's happening. And yeah,
And it is so common to actually imitate the movements that you had to include something to block the the thing from the start. Well,
Yeah, without glasses, the game becomes a classic mimic game. I don't know if it's called mimic game. I just probably invented an English word, but
mimic game, yes, it's a game that it's up and up and it transforms into a monster and eats you. Yes, a classic mimic game. Okay, next question then. How did you choose the words to include in the game? Yes, this must be an interesting choice.
Also
apart
this
from toilet, I guess.
Yeah, a toilet was well the first choice and the first word we included, and all the other words. It was a complex process to choose the words because you cannot include words like dog because it's too easy to recognize all the things that have one single and very specific sound. So we made a research and we tested a lot on words that have more, or situation that have more sounds into them. So for example, in the beginning we had alarm clock, but it was super easy, like drin drin, done. It's so we created we changed it into late at work, that it includes an alarm clock, but it also contains another a lot more story, and so a lot more sounds. And well, this is what makes the game interesting. Also, the words have to need to have some overlapping. So you have traffic jam, but you also have car race. So if you hear the sound of a car, you could be confused, and car race, like in this. So there are many words that can be in some way confused. So if you
let's not start again. Let's not start again.
So these words.
sorry, it's impossible to.
Well, that's all.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, you listen to me very carefully. I'm sure that you can repeat what I said.
So you were saying that there needs to be also overlapping because you want some confusion about what's happening, so that you have a car race and a motorcycle, and you have to distinguish between the two. It's not just broom broom, and you already know what it is, but it's kind of, you have to do the racing to, I don't know.
Yes, when in doubt, go
When in
for that.
doubt.
So we kind of said it before. So the game wasn't a fully co-op experience at the start, and you had to change it. So from what I got, it's for balancing and for timing. And actually, the game is more fun now that it's cooperative. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, people are more involved. Everyone is doing sounds at the same time, which is something that shields people from the awkwardness of being alone and doing a sound with everyone listening to you, or just being a couple doing that. It's something that brings everyone together into the game. And yeah, it works better for that reason, mainly because you're not so exposed when you do something which for some people could be a little intimidating, to just do strange sounds.
Was that a difficult decision to go cooperative?
Sorry?
Was that a difficult decision to go co-op, or just
Generally when we work on games, we destroy them with ease. So even after a long time, we just, okay, let's delete everything we did in the last 2 years and let's start again fresh. It will be fun.
And a thing came to my mind when you say, when I remember when the game was competitive, and we had a version with the competitive game where there was one guesser and many people doing noises, but the game was competitive. And I remember that we had a play test with, I don't know, 8 people, and everyone was trying to make his sound louder than the others, because you want that the guesser guess your sound. So everybody was trying to scream in the ears of the guesser. So I think that in that moment we understood that the competitive direction was not the best.
It wasn't the best idea.
And you have to consider that in that case, the balancing between Chased by a Killer and Quiet Summer Evening is pretty hard. Because there is one guy who has
I can see the problem there.
The noises of the night very, very loudly, and another one that just has to scream as loud as he can. So yeah,
okay,
that was one of the biggest problems from the.
So the next one, we kind of said it before. So how long did the development of Soundboss take? I know you've been working on it for about 2 years, but what about the final version? How much time did you spend in finalizing this version of the game?
I'm not sure.
I'm
not sure because I think that it's at least 1 year that we have the cover and an art direction for the whole game, but I think the time it's hard to say, because many processes started in different times. So play testing, writing the rules, but I could say that probably in 6-7 months from when we had the final version of the game, we have been able to do everything. It's a game with no artworks, and it's just once the graphic of the cards was done, you just have to put words.
No artwork apart from
this guy.
Apart from these guys, yeah. Okay, so next question then. Don't get distracted by these guys. Why did you choose this 80s inspired graphic style? This is very interesting, because a lot of whites, a lot of shapes, a lot of strange guys.
I think it was, I don't exactly remember. It was probably, I had this idea probably because we wanted to make the game very, very graphic and simple to make it a little bit more mass market. Like this kind of
more
game and thinking about this kind of style, it came to our mind that the 80s style texture of this kind was super cool, so we started to work on it, and we made many tries with more colors, and in the end it came out that this full white background with just this point of colors was a very good way to represent the sound that came out of that a red Pac-Man, or not Pac-Man, that red not Pac-Man.
Not copyright infringement platform character.
So in the end, it was a good representation. It was simple and very, very pop, and but also cool. We think,
and it is a bold decision, because you don't see many games working with large white spaces and weird symbols all around it. It's a bit unique style for sure. So there's that.
Well, it's more like concept. It's one of the game that it's has something like this, and well, I hope it's a good decision.
It pays off.
I hope people like it.
Well, judging from the Kickstarter, yes, but we are still live and in the first day, so make sure to check it out on Kickstarter. We are live, and you can get the special Kickstarter edition with all the fancy tokens and neoprene mat, etc., and few extra words, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for the next question.
Yeah.
How did you plan the Kickstarter campaign for such a strange game? Yes, because it is a strange game. It's a party game that has to rely on sound, and it has a lot of weird nuances. Let's hear it.
Yeah, so we have this line of doing Kickstarters and trying to make people play the games we do through activities, etc. And we also wanted to do that for this game, so that was a challenge. Still, mainly since it is a party game, and which is not that common on Kickstarter, we thought we would make, let's say, exclusive version for Kickstarter to make people feel that they are getting something special, where we put more care into the components and
packaging.
They get a deluxe. They're getting a deluxe edition, an exclusive deluxe edition. So it kind of the point is we have some events that are going to happen, and we have some nice stretch goals that we're gonna expose to the public.
Exposed to the public, that doesn't sound very good.
No, it's like
disclose. Let's say disclose. We will not expose anything to the public.
We want to see that stretch goal.
Well, we have a few surprises. So
we have a few surprises.
Make sure to follow the campaign.
Yes, so but we also wanted, since it's a game that you can get also for really cheap, because we have tried to keep the price so low, and we wanted that also to be available to people, so people actually can choose between an exclusive deluxe edition and a cheap retail edition that they're gonna get in advance, let's say. So that's kind of the main structure of the Kickstarter. Still, we want people to have the show, to have the experience of the game, to get some feel about the game before they buy it, before they commit to it. And that's kind of what we followed now. Do you want to add something, Lorenzo?
Yeah, that we for this purpose we created an app where people can create the sound. Everybody can, from their phone, they can make the sound of the words that come randomly. They are not playing the game, but all the sounds that people do, we receive them in our database, and during the campaign we will play with the people following the campaign using the sound that everybody is doing with this app. So help us and make a lot of. Oh, Paolo Pulci.
Yes,
I
Paolo
want to
always
learn
has the best
exclusive
comments.
premium edition. Thank you very much.
No, don't do it, Hjalmar. Don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you very much. Okay, next question then. And it's the final one. So you guys in the comment, if you're watching this right now in the present, and fire them up if you have some question. If you're watching this in the future, thank you very much. What do game as different as The King's Dilemma, Railroad Inc., and Soundbox have in common, apart from your names on the cover, of course?
A rectangular box.
Well, not at all, I think, because Railroad is more
square
square,
box.
isn't it? So not even the box.
Not even the box.
Not even the box.
This is a hard question. I think nothing from a point of view of genre of game. They are completely different. We have a narrative experience, a roll and write, and a party game. But on the other side, there is the same spirit behind them and the research of some kind of innovation. At least that's what we try to achieve.
We hope, yes.
We hope. And well, we always try to follow what we think is a good idea, even if it's not the kind of game that we know that we can sell better. And that's the case of a party game. We never did a party game. We have no idea if we are really able to sell a party game like we are able to sell Railroad Inc., for example, because it's a completely different market. Also talking about retail and not only for the Kickstarter. So it's always a challenge for us. If we have an idea, we think that the game has something new, some new mechanic, and the game can bring something new to the game industry, to the game world. We will try to
deliver.
do that. Yeah. You want to add something, Hjalmar?
Yeah, no, nothing. That's that. It's kind of also because it's more fun than doing always the same thing. And I think that if we have fun, since we are doing games, it should work. If you have fun designing, probably, I don't know. It's not really a recipe
Not
for
one-to-one,
success.
but it's usually a good sign. Yes,
it's a good sign, and yeah, and I think we are having fun and trying all those different genres and ideas, and trying to make them work. Which the funny thing is if you don't have that much reference in a system with one of your ideas, the work you have to do is a lot more than if you're doing something that has a lot of reference material, where you build on top of the shoulders of something else, which builds on top of the shoulder of something else, etc., etc., etc. If you start to work around an idea and really put the focus on the idea, and are not just trying to make, maybe, I don't know, a classical worker placement with some narrative elements, a classical worker placement with some sound making elements. I don't know. Now I'm just
yes, I would
which
like
actually
to say
is
that. Thank you.
yeah, it's kind of a strange idea.
Don't
It's a
give
good
out
idea.
ideas, Hjalmar. You never know.
That would be actually pretty hard to do. But okay, so
I start to make the
Stay
prototype
tuned.
now.
Yes, stay
go.
tuned.
Yeah, so that's kind of the thing is, it's harder, it's more work, and you risk not being able to finish something and having to throw it away because you chose a wrong path. But on the other hand, it's the kind of work I love and also Lorenzo loves. So that's kind of what we're
All
trying
the
to do, and
Horrible
that's
Guild actually
why,
love.
yeah. But from the design point of view, where the let's say where this is happening, yeah. So what I wanted to say is, sorry, I lost my point. Yeah.
I was expecting just for that. Okay, I can tell. Thank you for your answer at this question. What do games as different as the King Dilemma, Railroad Ink, and Sandbox have in common? But they are amazing answer, but they are both wrong. So thank you very much, Hjalmar and Lorenzo, because the answer was given by Stefano that says they are all games worth buying. Wink, wink. Of course they are. Yes, that was the only answer. Yes.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, that was what. Now I remember. I wanted
So
to say
easy.
that.
We prepared for it, right? Well, thank you, Lorenzo, and thank you, Hjalmar. These were all the questions that I have for you today. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks to you.
And
Thank
if you're
you.
watching this, check out on Kickstarter. We are still live, almost funded, and you can still snag the early build special prize for the special Kickstarter exclusive edition. So make sure to check it out. Link is down in the comment. Thank you. Bye.
This was the most awkward live we ever did. I think it was really strange.
Bye.
So far, yeah. Hold on.